Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 808 podcast where I interview business owners, CEOs, marketing directors, whoever else I feel like. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob, and here we go. Question number 1 in a couple sentences. Tell me who you are and what do you do?
Hello, I'm Judy Bradt, CEO of Summit Insight. I'm an expert in helping establish business owners who want to win federal contracts, offering goods and services to federal humans who are serving these United States, our citizens, and our missions at home and abroad.
Love it, Judy. Question number 2. What advice do you want to share? Go.
If you want to win the federal business you deserve, there are 4 things you really need to do. And I'm going to tell you what those are. You're going to do those whether you do them with me or you figure them out on your own. First, learn the federal sales game, what to do, what to say, and what to ask to build relationships with the players at all 5 layers. Second, make a confident choice in no more than 3 or 5 federal agencies based on hard data of what you do so that you're spending time with people who need what you do as you build those relationships. Third thing, build a structured federal sales plan around just the people in those agencies. The fourth thing, use the plan. Actually pick up the phone, build relationships with your federal humans because you've researched what's important to them, what they're afraid of, what they're responsible for, what their goals are, so that every single time they hear from you, whether that's in a voicemail, an email, a meeting,
Mhm.
they get a dopamine hit because you've made them feel like a winner. You know them well enough to know that every single time they're in contact with you, it's a win for them because you're bringing them closer to the goals that are important to them as well as the goals that are important to you. So that's it. Our players and layers methodology brings all of that together so that you can not only focus on your target agency,
Mhm.
but which offices, meet your players at all the layers, build the relationships that take you to their goals and to yours. That's it.
Love it. Let me ask you, I have a question for you, Judy. So obviously I'm in the B2B space.
Yep.
Okay. So there are things that I do in the B2B space that obviously work really, really well.
Mhm.
Are there things if I ever switch to government contracts that I'm probably doing wrong? You know, like great in B2B, but bad in government contracts. Is there anything of a change there?
The biggest thing that you need to know is, first of all, you already have the most important skill, and that's how to build relationships. People overlook the fact that that is the number one superpower that you've got to have and focus on. The most important thing you're going to need to do that you really can't do in the private sector is get the research done. There's
Mhm.
hard data in the federal procurement data system, and what on May 1st will be sam.gov contract data. You can find out up to 300 fields of information on every single thing your federal buyer has purchased, how much they paid, how they bought, who they bought it from when the contract is finishing. If you're not looking at that data, you better believe your competition is. You've got to look at the data first, then focus on who needs what you do, and then use a structured process to unearth the players at all 5 layers and build relationships with people at all 5 layers. You don't just have one buyer,
Right.
you've got a whole relationship network of contacts that you need at each.
Makes a lot of sense. Let's get to question number 3. It is time for shout outs. Who are you shouting out today?
I'm going to shout out to Eileen Kent, one of the smartest people, the federal sales Sherpa, and the kind of wisdom that she has on the federal sales game and straight up advice on what it takes to win. Nothing fancy, everything about building relationships. Other smart people in the market you need to know include Carol Bernard at Govology, include Fred Diamond at the Institute for Sales Excellence, includes Justin Moscolino, who's launching something called Tweezle Talk TV, Josh Frank at RSM Federal in Missouri. Also want to give another shout out to Chris Brinker at Ocean 5 Strategies, one of my other special experts who helps people with their website and their federal outreach. Tom Johnson at Set Aside Alert, Carl Dixon at Prop Library. Those are just a few of the folks. And Jenny Clark at Solvability, who is hosting a conference specially for veteran business owners, the National Veteran Small Business Coalition and Earl Morgan, and its executive director, that would be Scott Jenkins.
Well, personally, I didn't think you gave enough shout outs. That's just my personal opinion there. You should have done a little more.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, there. I hope you caught the sarcasm in that. So there we go. Awesome. Just making sure we're both a little dry on that one there. Question number 4, the final fun question. Judy, tell me about your first sale.
My first sale to a U.S. federal government buyer was to the Small Business Administration. It happened in the last 4 weeks of the federal fiscal year, based on a personal relationship with somebody who bought my very first book. They bought a whole box of books out of the box before there was a box and before there was a book, and paid me on a credit card. And I not only had money in the bank, but I could say I do business with the United States Small Business Administration. The first book was this one here, Government Contracts Made Easier, first edition. The second one, the first one has my picture on the cover. The second one has your picture on the cover. It really reflects how much I've learned. Amazon #1 bestseller, Government Contracts Made Easier, book and workbook.
Love it there. Okay, so Judy, you now have 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. You can do some promo time, ask me a question, talk about the weather, whatever you want, or talk about the offer you're giving everyone. I'm flexible. Go for it.
All right. I have one thing that I do with my company. I work with established companies that are what I call triple fives, in business more than 5 years, more than $5 million in revenue, and at least 5 people in the company who are actively working on federal sales and business development. We do an 8-week program called the Federal Business Intensive. In 8 weeks, we get those 4 things done: teach you the federal sales game, make your choice and get your research done on which agencies you're going to focus on, build your plan, and start to use it so that in 8 weeks or less, you've built a solid relationship pipeline into at least 3 places where you're confident you can win work. You can find out more at growfedbiz.com. And in show notes, I've given you the keys to the kingdom. Our GovCon Personas Guide is 22 pages, complimentary insider advice on what to do, what to say, and what to ask to understand and build relationships with the players in all 5 layers. Bonus, I'm going to tell you who they are. Players at all 5 layers are these: the stakeholder, the end user, the prime, the small business specialist, and contracting. Players at all 5 layers, get to know them all, build those relationships, and that changes everything. We teach this to people who've been in the federal market for years, and when we unpack it this way, their eyes bug open. And they go, we never thought of it that way.
Love it. That is awesome. And you pulled it off. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Judy, why is it 8 minutes and 8 seconds?
Because 808 looks like Bob.
Love it there. Hey, your website, say it real quick.
growfedbiz.com. growfedbiz.com. Meet me there. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me know whether I can help you or somebody that you know is somebody I should be talking to.
Perfect. And it's in the description. It's magic. Judy, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Back at you.
You're welcome. And for everyone else watching or listening, I'm legally required to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the heck the social media network tells you to do. You all have a wonderful day now. Talk to you later. Bye.